tell how to insert the record to, how to read the data from the database to the Java application successfully with the help of JDBC. See, for this jar file is required, jar file I have added. Now I'll create a class called test. It can be any class name. I'll make it as class test. See, the first step of inserting, or the first step is what? See, Java will not understand database. Database will not understand Java. First thing what we have to do? First thing what we have to do? We have to establish. Sorry, we have to load the driver class. What is the job of driver class? We'll convert Java to SQL, SQL to Java. The driver class. If you want to load the driver class, we can create the drivers class object. It is very tough. That is why easiest way we have something called class dot for name method. See, that class dot for name method internally creates an object for us. Okay, what is a fully qualified name of driver class? It is com dot mysql dot cj dot jdbc dot driver. Okay, and this throws an exception. Why? Because whatever the class name we are sending, it is there. It may not be there. So we should avoid the interrupted coding, so that we have to handle an exception, and that exception is checked exception. Here, checked exception can be handled in two ways. One is try and catch block. Second one is throws keyword. I'll go with throws keyword. How to add it? We have to directly tell throws. Which kind of exception it is? Class not found. Okay. Second, where after this we have to, what is the second thing what we have to do? Establish a connection between database to Java by calling which method? Get connection method. Get connection method is a static method. Factory logic. Okay. Now we have to tell what? Driver manager dot get connection is a method. See, driver manager is a only class available in JDBC API. Rest of everything will be interface. Connection is an interface. Statement is an. See, to achieve JDBC, 6 thing is important. First one is driver manager class. Second thing is statement interface. Third thing is connection interface. Fourth thing is prepared statement. Fifth thing is result set. Driver manager is a class. Rest 4 is all interface. What is the meaning of interface? To achieve abstraction. What is interface? They give only declaration, but implementation should be given by which class? Child class. Okay. For this get connection method, how many URL we have to pass? 3. Sorry, how many parameters we have to pass? 3. First one is URL. Second one is username. Third one is password. Now let me decide. String. My username is admin. Sorry. Root. My string password is admin. Next, string query. Okay, string URL. What is my URL? It should be API. What is our URL? JDBC : MySQL is my vendor // localhost for connecting to the local computer. And what is my port number? 33033. What is our DB name? Student. Or I'll make it as employee. That is your wish. So I'll make it as student only. Sorry. Okay. This time URL username this, but there is a problem. See, this is throwing an exception. What is the exception? SQL. Why? Because whatever the URL username password I'll be sending, it may be correct, it may be wrong. That is why you have to handle an exception, a checked exception. Okay, it can be in try and catch block. I'll add with throws keyword only. Okay, you can tell throws. It means main method can accept class not found exception and throws SQL exception. What is the return type of get connection method? It is connection interface. Connection con is equal to this. See, by using connection, in connection interface we have which method? Create statement method. Which method we have? Create statement. By using con reference we can call which thing? Con dot create statement. What is the return type of create statement? Statement interface. See, to call this statement, connection help is required. To call this connection, get connection help is required. To call this get connection method, URL, username, password is required. But to understand SQL to Java, driver manager is required. See, this guy needs this guy's help. This guy needs this guy's help, and this guy needs this guy's help. Understanding? So it is all the helping classes. Okay. Done. Now, statement needs whose reference? Connection reference. Connection needs whose reference? Get connection reference. Get connection needs whose reference? Driver manager. Driver manager means whose reference? Driver's class. Why? Because to convert Java to SQL, SQL to Java, whose help is required? Class.for. Understood? Understood. But driver class needs whose help? Jar files help. Everything is interconnected. After this, we have to call which, see, this time I'm performing a query called fetching the data. It tells string query is equals to, I'll tell select star from EMP. Sorry, not EMP. I'll tell something called student. Okay. Now this time, am I doing a DML operation or DQL operation? DQL. Is it execute update or execute query? Execute query. So we have to call this execute query method, whose reference is required? Statement. Okay. Now in statement, I'll call stmt dot execute query. But understand, the return type of execute query is not int. It is what? Result set. Why? This guy will return me the result. See, DML means I'll go set the data and come. Select star from EMP. What happens? The database will return the records. That records I'll be catching with whose help? I'll be catching with result set help. Ari? Yes. Ari? Now, by using this result, we can call the result set method. See, we have an interface. Just understand this. We have an interface. See, we have an interface called connection. In that, statement is there. We have an interface called statement. In that, execute query is there. In execute query, the return type is result set. So we have an interface called result set only. In this interface, we have the methods. What is the first method? We have void. Sorry, not void. Int. Get int is a method we have. In this get in, we have to pass the parameter index number. Int index number. Next one, we have something called string. We have a method called get string. We have a int index number. Sir, what is the meaning of get int, get string? See, whenever we return the data, understand this. I'll go to MySQL. I'll use employee. I'll select star from. Now, employee number, is it get int or get string? Get int. Because from Java, I have to go to the database. I have to get the data. How will I get? I'll get with the help of get int. Get int. What is the index number? 1. Understanding? So this is what get int or get string? Get string. What is the index number? 2. The third one is what? Get int or get string? Get string. What is the index number? 3. This one is get int or get string? Get int. What is the index number? 4. What is this? Get int, get string or get date? Get date. What is the index number? 5. Order, it should be in ordered ways one. Understanding? Okay, that is why we have another method. We have the return type of date is date only. We have a method called get date is a method. The return type of this is int index number. Index number. What? Get the return type of get date is date only. But here we have to pass the index number 1, 2, 3. This is a result set interface. Now let me show you this. Now, by using whose reference we can get? By using result. See, first what we have to tell system.out.println. I'll tell result.next. What is the job of next method? It will go from first index to second index to third index. Without calling result.next, what happened? The data will not get loaded. If I tell enter, can you see it tells me true? Why? Because the record is present. Now I'll be calling this result.text method for 100 times. Can you see? For so many times it told true, but after this it's telling false. Why? If the data is present, if the data is present, it tells true. If data is not present, it tells false. Confusing. Confusing. Now I have 14 records in employee table. How many times the record? How many times the next method can be called? 14 times. If I call 15 times, yes, but it throws me false. Why? The record is not there. Okay. Now what happened after calling the next method? Wait. Now how to execute the data? I'll tell system dot. By using this result, we have to call this method called getInt method. What is the index number? 1. First column I'm fetching. If I tell fetch, I'll tell result is a reference. By using this reference, I can call which method? Get string, because the second index is string. If I tell 2, the 2 comes. If I run this, can you see? 1 wasn't come. So it is student. I'll change it to employee, please. Done? Smith. But I want all the records. No. You can keep on telling the data. I'll tell next. What is the next value? Result dot get string. See, if this is wrong, it is not going to work. Mhm. Now I want to fetch the next data. What you have to do? Copy it and paste it again. But without calling the next method, if you, without calling the next method, if you keep on executing the same record, it will be printing. Artha aita? See, what will I do? See, I call the next method without calling the next method. If I call the next method next time, after printing the first record, it goes for the next record. What it is printing the 2 records. Now again, I'll not print the next. I'll be printing system.out.println for multiple times. See what happens. It will print the same data. Why? Because if I call the next method only, from the first index, it goes for the second index to print the data. Understood? What? Uh, you can change it also. You can make get string 6 also. But it comes the 6th index quality. Understood? Yes. What next? No. So if you don't call the next method, what happened? The data will not go for the next index. See, if I call first next method, I'll to pointer. Now if you call me 10,000 times, I'll be printing our data only. If I call next method, I'll go to the next index. If you print again, the data will print over. Confusing. Confusing. See, listen. So I printed our first data. Result dot next is a method. So I print the first data. After printing the first data, we have to go for the next data. No, I'll again call what? Result dot next. What is the job of next method? From first index it goes for second index. Again, second index column is same. No, we have to tell. I want the first column of second index, second column of second row, third column of third. If I run this. See, without calling the next method again, you can't execute. I'll tell result dot next is a method. Now you can tell system.out.println. Done printing. Now I'll execute this for multiple time. See, till here it came. After this, it throws error. Why? Because there is no record present in a buffer or cursor memory. But there is one problem. Imagine I have 1 lakh record. Can I keep on executing like this? Is it easy or tough? That is why we have a concept called while loop. Remember while loop? Till till the next is true, we can keep on executing for multiple time. No. Now what will I make? I'll tell while if result is true, the block will execute. Now which block should execute? This particular code should execute. I'll keep this code inside this. Now this is also should not be get string. I'll make it as get int. Now I'll make it as student. I'll make it as, this time it is targeting what? Student. Understanding? This is how to fetch the data from the database to the Java application. Now this all data is from where? Database.